2019 World Crazy Golf Champion is Marc Chapman.
Hi there. Can I just pay for the day on the mini golf, please?
Do you know about the filming that's going on out there?
I am the reason for the filming, so yes, very aware. Well, first of all, I mean, look at this, it's perfect. Like, normally there's loads of stones and, you know, muck and fox poo and all sorts of things that you can discover on mini golf courses. You know, some people will turn their nose up at it and go, oh, who do you think he is? Well, you know, you win some stuff and then you can criticise me, that's fine. I've stuck my head above the parapet, I'm ready to be shot, but I'm also ready to take the glory. I'm not comparing myself to Novak Djokovic, I'm nowhere near in that sort of athlete category, but I am a bit of a big fish in a small pond when it comes to mini golf in the UK. So it's not a million miles away. Who am I? I'm Marc the Force, if I take my mini golf moniker, Chapman. I am the two-time world crazy golf champion, current national champion, a four-time major winner within the game in the UK.
Yes, come on!
I'm amazed. With all the pressure, I must be pretty good at this. You know, occasionally someone comes over and goes, what, you play crazy golf? You're British mini golf champion, what does that mean? How crazy is that?
Yes, Marc Chapman is an elite athlete. Just look at him, he's slim, he's fit, he's got the lifestyle, he's not here for a laugh.
Every tournament he plays, he expects to win it. He's kind of the complete package.
You can see parallels to like Andy Murray.
I'll be honest, at times he can be a bit of a bearing. He can be a bit too much with the world champion.
You know, some people probably in the past have, you know, he winds them up incredibly. I think the top players, people always want to see them fail in a way. The reality is, it's very rare that they do.
Sport's an outlet, being like in the heat of the moment and it being do or die. My first taste of it was from fencing. I had a natural tendency to be a fighter, possibly because I was one of the smallest in my year, possibly because at a prep school I was kind of pushed around a little bit. I was definitely bullied. Internally, I felt like I wanted to defend myself, be a bit more aggressive, instead of sort of letting my own body determine my stature within a room. You know, over the years in fencing, you know, I've won county level, regional level, international, gold for England against the other home nations. As a kid coming through, it's very difficult not to think, oh yeah, I'd love to go into an Olympics or I'd love to be a world champion. But then, you know, I looked around me at the other people internationally and most defenders at adult international level are 6 foot plus. I'm quite slight, but I'm fast and I can outthink someone. But I got to the point with it where I knew what to do, but my body couldn't do it. I, as an athlete, didn't quite hit the heights that I aspired to. That's when I was looking for something to switch off. And that's when I found mini golf. So if I want to be good at something, I'll throw myself in 100%. You know, it's life. You've got to speculate to accumulate. Sitting one day reading a Sunday newspaper spread, the World Crazy Golf Championships in October in Hastings. So it was like, oh my God, that's bonkers. That sounds quite cool. Discovered that there are a group of people in a British circuit.
It's kind of taken over what I do socially. I mean, you've got all ages and sizes, male, female, whatever.
Possibly, maybe an Olympic sport soon, I hope.
Are they getting hole-in-ones?
Found out they had specialist equipment and it was like, oh my God, right, I'm deep diving into this now. If I'm going to commit, I'll do a few events and see where I stand, suss out the opponents and work out how I can get good at this, ready for the big one. So that was it, I was hooked.
I remember online dating, one of Marc's photos was of Hastings. And you couldn't see the mini golf course in the photo, but you could see the background. It started off with an invitation to play with him, and it would be a kind of sort of less kind of competitive, more friendly event that we would do, and then we'd go get some food and we'd make a nice day of it. And very quickly it became oh no, we need to practice seriously. And oh no, you're playing that hole wrong. Then it was something that just became part of what we did. I mean, it is like watching a child telling you about some amazing experience they've had, like that pure, like, kind of just enjoyment and just wonder at what's happened that you see in kids. Like, that comes out of Marc when he talks about mini golf.
Gonna go over there. I could chase you around and be a real bastard. 2.5 weeks until the World Crazy Golf Championships. A little bit stressed, a little bit anxious.
This third crazy feels very different. He's still enjoying it, but there is a certain level of pressure that you can see in his body.
We've left. It's a marathon event.
It is a combined overall test that I have never experienced in any other aspect of life.
It is the ultimate test of putting nerve, skill and stamina. The greatest single ball event that you can play in world mini golf. Week and a half away now. Need to get in the zone. She is just absolutely crazy. Not crazy golf, just crazy.
I found it really interesting the way he researches mini golf, because he's got that fencing background. It's about how you go about planning for success.
If I didn't prepare, then I'd be preparing to fail. So I need to make sure that I control everything that's within my power to control. I know the course so well that when I go to sleep, I can visualise playing all 18 holes in my head. Normal pre-shot routine would be finding an imaginary line that I'm rolling the ball along, and the weight of shot at Hastings is dependent on the wind, the rain, even the sun on a hot day when it's baking and it feels like the heat's coming off the ground. You've got to look, the last 2 years it's been the same top three. Michael Smith, current British #1. Adam Kelly, runner-up for the last 2 years. Marc Chapman, 2-time World Crazy Golf Champion.
He and I are fairly big rivals, but there's a lot of players coming through that are only just behind.
So I've got a bit of unfinished business, because this is one of the only major tournaments in this country that I've not won.
So this third crazies, he has got a target on his back.
Because I've won it twice in a row, because there's a bit of hype that this is potentially an epic trilogy. If I'm within a few shots come the final round, I've got the confidence to see it through.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the World Crazy Golf Championships. 7 rounds, 126 holes. This is the crown jewel in the mini golfing calendar. We are seconds from the beach in Hastings to witness the biggest ever edition of the tournament, with a huge field of players from across the country and the globe.
Thanks, Charlotte. Yes, I'm hugely excited.
Over the weekend, we have for you a field of newcomers and seasoned professionals. However, the question on absolutely everyone's lips is, will Marc Chapman defend his world title for a historic 3rd time in a row?
Oh yes, a place on the all-time greats is certainly up for grabs here.
Going for one, Chapman.
So, as is tradition, the reigning champion goes first in round 1. With all the anticipation, only an ace is what the crowd expect.
Hole 1, the most pressurised hole on the course. All eyes on you, teeing off as the world champion. The ball will move left to right towards the hole. The key is to try to go direct. If it does miss, then you just want enough pace for it to just touch the wall gently, and there's a chance it may roll back into the hole in the back door.
Oh, bravo. Call as you like.
Very nice. Fantastic.
I've rehearsed it enough times, I've just got to go out there and demonstrate it now. That's what it's about. We can play.
So far in round one, Marc Chapman playing relatively well. However, main rivals Adam Kelly and Michael Smith scoring 4 and 5 under par, currently ahead of him in that leaderboard.
Yes, a tight start from the top 3.
You cannot play an event over an entire weekend. You're going to play a bad shot.
A lot of the community will turn up at an event expecting it to be a head-to-head between Marc and Michael.
I've been ranked British #1 for a while. I'm probably a bit quieter. I won't celebrate my aces where he probably will, particularly if the cameras are rolling. The course is my rival. That's what I always say to people.
It's me versus the course. I'm my own biggest rival.
They want to be entertained at the end of the day. Just seeing a robot like Michael play in a very sterile way at mini golf can be a little bit of a turn-off. I'm a bit of a lone wolf. I can deal with people talking behind my back, I can deal with sarky comments, I can deal with tutting, I can deal with booing, I can deal with all of that. If they want to paint me as the challenger to Michael's crown, that's fine. If they want to paint me as the Dark Knight at mini golf, that's fine.
Round 2 now, with Marc Chapman looking to get back into this contest. Oh, a near miss there from Chapman.
A couple of aces are definitely being left on the green.
Conditions today are fairly treacherous with a strong westerly wind.
Yes, that wind's making it tricky to get a consistent line.
This is a huge upset with British #1 Michael Smith scoring a par round. This means he plummets down the leaderboard.
Yeah, at this level it's nowhere near enough, I'm afraid.
And who do we have here? Sussex Wasps member Ed Pope putting beautifully, 1 point above the course record.
I mean, that's ruffled quite a few feathers. He's a relative newcomer with no major titles. Let's see if he can keep pace with the big guns.
Oh, what an ace.
Lovely shot.
That's 2 aces in a row now. 3 aces.
4 on the trot. 4 on the trot.
6 aces in a row.
Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, Ed Pope is doing the unthinkable by scoring 8 aces, equaling the course record. This late charge brings him 1 point behind the current champion.
Wow, this guy has truly arrived.
Delighted, over the moon, so that's the best I've ever played. Because it means something, it's important.
Yeah, had a great round. I was there in the group witnessing it as it happened. It's, you get it, this course sort of gives and it takes. And, it certainly gave him a lot.
See you later.
Now for newcomers to the sport, unlike previous rounds, in this final crazy round, all balls are in play.
That's right, Charlotte. This round is incredibly unpredictable. Players may block each other's holes, disrupting the lines of their opponents.
4 strokes between them and a point between first and second. Let's play.
Come on.
Oh, an ace for Ed.
That's a statement of intent.
Oh, but an ace for Marc too.
So I think Ed's going to win. I hope Ed's going to win. Ed's a good mate of mine.
Yes, come on!
Marc with 2 lovely aces there.
I think it's going to be difficult for him to come through. Predictions probably Marc, but not by a great deal.
Hole 7 now with Marc 3 points ahead. Ed really needs an ace or a mistake from Marc soon.
Nice roll on that, same sort of area.
Oh, that's the perfect line. The margins are so fine now.
Oh no, Marc completely misjudges the ping on the wall there. As he's furthest from the hole, he'll putt immediately again. Oh dear, just a fraction away and the front runner drops his first shot of the round. How costly could that be, David?
Well, that's a clear opening for his rivals now.
Oh, the pressure really beginning to tell here. That drop shot effectively takes Adam out of the running. He's too far behind now.
That's right, but it's also bad news for Marc, who now has not just 1, but 2 balls blocking his route to the hole.
Good damage limitation from Marc there, but the big winner of that hole is Ed Pope, who's now breathing right down Marc's neck. With the top 2 holding serve, we're now at hole 12. Marc Chapman is at the tee.
Hole 12, the coffin hole. This is where many a challenger's fate has ended. If you overhit your tee shot, you bring the bunkers at the back into play. Round killer.
Marc centimetres off an ace, narrowly avoiding the gully there. What can Ed do? Time is running out to chase Marc down.
I mean, you surely feel if he's going to gain momentum for a title charge. Now could be a pivotal moment.
Oh, and an almost identical line, missing out by a fraction. Ladies and gentlemen, what drama we have here as Ed's ball has landed directly in front of Marc's.
He's really taking his time. Is he talking to himself? Yes, he is. It's as though he's a man possessed.
When you look at the movement of fencers, it's always about controlling the distance from the opponent. It's not combat, mini golf, but it is combative. And I brought that killer instinct into mini golf.
The tension is palpable. What is he going to do? My word, that is disastrous for Ed Pope.
Yeah, that's a long putt. I doubt many players would have a note from there. Wow, this is tragic stuff.
Truly sad as the ball not only goes past the hole, but straight into the gully.
That is a real kick in the teeth.
Can he recover, David? So Marc gets a 3, but this hole has been incredibly damaging for Ed Pope's chances. Par each on hole 13. A very convincing ace from Marc on 14. Oh, so close. Ed gets an ace on 16. Is this the beginning of a fight back? Marc responds with an ace of his own.
Oh, that's excellent.
Ace again on 17, he's flying away. Millimetres away for Ed Pope.
Hole 18. The trophy awaits. The green is lightning fast and it turns quite a lot from the back. Standing over that second putt, do you have what it takes to be a world champion?
And with that, Marc Chapman makes history.
I mean, when you have his mentality, his work ethic, his talent, periods of success like this are inevitable.
I've played so well. Played so well.
We knew you could do it. We have belief.
Too good.
Sweet. Honestly, like, if it wasn't for me playing like that on day 2, you know,
No, every
you're
time.
gaining experience now at the marathon events,
And every
that will stop. Brilliant. Is it clear enough? Do you want to rewrite it? Should I do 3? 3? Yeah.
I think it's really important to have something that's meaningful, something that makes you you. I probably wouldn't be with him if he didn't have something that he cared deeply about.
I feel like I know myself very well by now. And there's a lot of people that go through life that never achieve that, perhaps. Because it's got that title, it's very grandiose. People think it's way more important than maybe I know it really is. I'm a big fish in a very small pond of players. But, you know, I'm a world champion.